Perfect. So we will see 3 presentations from SPRINT21 and then 3 presentations from COLAB19 as well. And again, the presentations will all be on our website in their product portfolios. So you can go ahead and review those, take a look at more details, look at the live product links for the folks in COLAB as well. Let's jump into it. Perfect. So our 4-week sprint program is geared toward product managers, and it's a practical guide for discovery and strategy. It is 4 weeks, of course. It is live and cohort based. We estimate about 3 to 5 hours per week in terms of time commitment. You'll have live sessions with industry product leaders. You'll get to go through the product strategy, discovery, ideation, documentation. You'll get industry mentor feedback on your work and a published PM portfolio at the end, which is what you'll see briefly today, and a product management certificate at the end as well. And then for our 8-week bootcamp program, these will be the last 3 presentations that we see today, just so we've sort of divided it up in a clear way. And this program is a practical guide for execution and delivery. So you'll get to collaborate with a cross-functional team, and that will be a product manager, engineering, and design. You'll align your team on a product vision. You'll go through the software product development lifecycle to build out a functional MVP. You'll get dedicated mentorship from industry experts. We have some of our mentors from COLAB19 on the call today, and of course, a published product portfolio at the end, which is where we'll be watching the recordings from today as well. All right, and that is it for my presentation. So I will get right into the video recordings. I'm just going to double check the chat. Awesome. Thank you, Francis, for dropping the link to the website as well. So this is actually the page specifically for utility link, which is the first presentation we'll be watching today. There we go. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Maya, a product manager for Co.Lab SPRINT21. For the last 4 weeks, I've spent my time exploring a problem space, conducting and synthesizing user research to create a proposed solution to my problem. Population, or about 29 million people. That's not a small market segment. The current process to find the right utility service providers, which includes internet, cable, water, gas, electricity, phone, can be challenging due to the multiple steps to search and activate service. Questions like, who are the providers in my area? How many providers do I individually have to contact? And what are the prices and service offerings that I need to compare to make a decision on utility services? Furthermore, based on the user surveys I conducted among 7 participants who moved in the US between 2018 to 2023, I found that 71% called the utility provider, 71% conducted online search to gather information, and the overwhelming majority of participants used multiple methods for gathering data. 71% said that they wanted to have price comparison features when looking for information. And why? Why did they want to do that? Because those who reported the information gathering process as stressful said that price comparison was a key stressor. So my proposed product solution is Utility Link, a mobile app that provides users with a reliable source of information about utility service providers. It ensures users have a simplified search, comparison, and activation process when finding utility services during their relocation. Here's where the product features come into play. First, you have a simple creation of your profile and login, and then you'll have the search process where it asks you about your current location and where you're going to move to in the future. Additional features will include price and the types of services needed. So if you only needed internet and not gas but electricity, you could select for those within the product as well. So what are my experience and learnings across these 4 weeks in Sprint 21? So first, I found that the sprint provided hands-on experiences and learning that I can implement. I love that we began with the problem space and questioning, why are we doing this? Why is this important to users? That was my compass throughout the 4 weeks. And finally, prioritization is key. So don't boil the ocean. You can't tackle everything at once. You have a limited time, resources, and you need to prioritize relentlessly. Thanks for watching. Please keep in touch. You can find me on LinkedIn or email.
Awesome. That was wonderful. Let's move it over to Q&A for Maya and her presentation. And I'll stop sharing so we can see folks. And I'll spotlight Maya. And if any of our mentors have a question to ask for Maya, that would be great.
Hey, everybody.
Maya, I don't know if you can see me. This is Kiyuri and I'm one of the mentors. I have a question. Can you talk a little bit about how you would source this information in a little bit more detail? Basically what you're proposing is an aggregation site for these services, right? Two questions actually: how you would source this information, and two, have you put in some thought on how this would make money?
Yeah, those are really great questions. So I did a little bit of preliminary research to figure out like where would information about utility providers be. So like there's the big national ones in the US like Verizon, AT&T. You can get a lot of information from their website, and I assume that they would have like some APIs where you can like pull some of that information down. I'm not a developer or an engineer, so this is like very like high level 100,000 foot view. And then in terms of monetization, so I think that's like a long game. It wouldn't be the first iteration of it. So in my spec, I wrote a question about like, how would we monetize this? And so I think if there was a part of the app that had like some concierge type services where the user would just like pay a fee, or there would be like some back end work with the utility service providers to give us like a commission basically for bringing people to them, that would be the way to potentially monetize it.
Good thoughts. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And I'm glad to hear that you have thought through the monetization aspect. A similar example would be the insurance quote aggregation sites, right? They offer services for insurance quotes from a variety of different providers to look into how they monetize as well as how they source the income. Could give you some good ideas. But thank you very much. Good presentation.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I will remove the spotlight and we'll move on to our next presentation. Thank you for bearing with me as we navigate through the new technical challenges of showing pre-recorded presentations. Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Oops, sorry, I can't seem to, there we go, full screen.
My name is Esther Huang Cao, and I am a product manager with Co.Lab SPRINT21, and this is my idea for an app called Get Spicy that will help you organize your kitchen and reduce food waste. Today we'll be going over the problem background, my problem statement, my potential solutions, and my takeaway and learnings from Co.Lab, as well as my next steps. According to feedingamerica.org, Nearly 40% of food in America is wasted. That equates to about 119 billion pounds per year, 42 billion pounds of which is coming from households. Food waste is the biggest contributor to global warming because when it is buried in landfills, it emits a greenhouse gas called methane, which is 80% more potent than carbon dioxide in warming the global climate. According to my user research, 100% of people surveyed do not track their food items or have any way of keeping a record of what they have in their household. 75% of surveys indicated a list is only occasionally made prior to grocery shopping. So Get Spicy is an app that will help home chefs easily keep track of the food, spices, and other items they have in their kitchen, eventually leading to a reduction in food waste caused by overbuying or forgetfulness. Get Spicy is a mobile app that will be able to quickly and easily log items purchased, whether that is taking a picture of the receipt or scanning the items via the barcode. Users will be able to categorize and sort items however they want, whether it's the spices, condiments, produce, meat, dairy, etc. Users will also have expiry date reminders and recipes and suggestions on how to use the items before they go bad and have to be thrown away. They'll also be able to easily reference what items are available at home while at the store, so they don't have to call someone, hoping that they can check the kitchen for them. And this access will also allow them to decrease the chance of repeat buying something that they think they need when in actuality they already have 3 or 4 of those. So through my time with Co.Lab, I have learned a lot, and the main things that I have taken away is to focus on the problem, really let user research and the problem space define my solution, and not to get too attached to my solution because it is an iterative process. What I'm trying to achieve is more important than how I will achieve it. And the importance of user research, good solid questions to my customers, just to really will create a stronger product and give me quantitative data that can help define my success metrics. My personal goals are to eventually join Co.Lab's 8-week product management bootcamp and really solidify my product management skills, and using that to pivot into a product management career. Thank you all for your time.
Awesome. Another really great presentation and a really relevant problem space for sure. I'll now spotlight Esther, and if we have any mentors who have questions for Esther, I will spotlight you as well.
Yeah, hi Esther, if I can ask a question. So first, great presentation, and I can relate as well with the problem. So every time I go shopping, I forget like what I have in the fridge. So this is a really useful solution. So I would actually ask like 2 questions. The first one is, what is the thing that you enjoyed the most during these 4 weeks? But also what was like the most challenging part of product discovery that you did? And the second question is about the business model. So how do you think this long-term shaping into a proper app or a proper business? Like how will it generate revenues?
So first question is, sorry, can you repeat your question? I was like trying to focus on your second question. I already forgot.
No worries. So the first question was about the thing you enjoyed the most during the last 4 weeks, and also the most challenging part of this work.
Okay. So the thing I enjoyed the most, I think, was the hands-on process, because when I went to college, actually, our motto was learn by doing. So, which is very much so what Co.Lab does. Everything we learn each week, we do apply to our assignments right after. So that's what I enjoyed the most, I would say. And the most challenging, I think, was making this presentation and putting everything together. That took me much longer than I thought it would. just trying to get everything to sound right and like flow correctly.
I think you did a great job, because presentation is very important part of being a product manager, and the storytelling part. So I think you've done a great job in that regard.
Thank you very much. And then in terms of like how to monetize and I guess future steps for this product, I kind of looked into different ideas. And I think mainly, I didn't want to think too far, because then I would just, I guess, weigh myself down with all the what ifs. But I did consider like other apps when I was doing my research, and a lot of them, they only consider, I guess, the mainstream grocery stores. So I think my focus would want to be more on ethnic or smaller grocery stores, not just Target, Walmart, I don't know, the bigger grocery store. Because when I was looking at apps, that's the only options that they offer, where you could kind of sync your purchases to your app. So I would want to focus more on that than anything else, I think.
So are you saying more like charging the merchants, or is this like a consumer app?
Yeah, I mean, I think based on what I've seen, because there is another app that I've seen where you can scan your receipt into the app to get points, and then those points can accumulate. Once you accumulate enough points, you can get actual gift cards towards, say, Amazon or Sephora or whatever. And the way that this app makes money is that they charge the retailers, or they charge, I think there's a commission fee that have the retailers, that the retailers pay, or the, I think some, like certain products get more points than others. So I think that's where they make their money, because for the user, the app is free. And the only other app that I've seen that does something like this, they charge like an annual fee. And I feel like one of my user stories was for like students. And I feel like if I was a student, I wouldn't want to pay for this kind of service, because I think if I have to pay, why not just use a pen and paper? So ideally, I would like to keep this, free of charge for the user, and try to charge the vendors or something like that.
Yeah, makes sense. I think that's something to discover as you go. Probably if you continue the projects in the bootcamp, you'll have more time to discuss with the team how you can shape it and make it a proper business model. But thanks for the great job.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you again, and great job with your presentation. I'll remove the spotlights and we'll move along to our next presentation. Okay, there we go, it's loaded.
Hey everyone, I'm Ignatius Chikwaya, a product manager at Co.Lab. Today I would like to discuss a common challenge faced by job seekers and its impact on the job search process. Job seekers encounter difficulties in tailoring their resumes to align with the specific requirements of job postings. This manual customization process can be time-consuming, overwhelming, and prone to errors. As a result, many job seekers miss out on opportunities and experience frustration in their job search journey. They struggle to effectively showcase their qualifications and experiences to potential employers, hindering their chances of securing desired job offers. Meet John, a highly motivated job seeker actively applying to numerous positions. John spends hours tailoring his resume for each application, struggling to qualifications. With hundreds of applications, it is challenging for John to customize his resume effectively for each job. Due to the sheer volume of applications, John may miss potential job offers if his resume fails to stand out. The repetitive nature of resume customization leads to frustration and delays in finding the right job. User research through a comprehensive survey provided quantitative data and insights into the resume customization practices of job seekers. The survey involved 15 job seekers. Survey revealed that 40% of participants tailored their resume and cover letter for every job application, and an additional 40% do so most of the time. 80% of respondents expressed the desire for a solution that simplifies the resume customization process and helps them highlight relevant qualifications effectively. Based on survey metrics, it is evident that job seekers face challenges in customizing their resumes, and this highlights the need for a solution that streamlines and simplifies the resume customization process. The proposed solution to the problem is ResumeFit. ResumeFit is an AI-driven web platform designed to assist job seekers in tailoring their resumes effectively. Leveraging intelligent analysis of job postings, ResumeFit provides personalized recommendations to optimize resumes for specific job requirements. ResumeFit aims to increase the relevance of resumes, ultimately improving job seekers' chances of securing interviews and job offers. Here we have 3 user personas representing different segments of the target audience: a job seeker, a busy professional, and a recent graduate. By addressing the distinct needs of each persona, ResumeFit aims to provide a personalized and effective solution for resume customization. Overall, my experience in Co.Lab has equipped me with a deeper understanding of product development, user centricity, and the value of data-driven decision-making. I'm now better prepared to tackle the challenges of product management and create products that truly address user needs while delivering tangible value in the market. As I conclude the 4-week sprint program, I intend to proceed with the 8-week product management track with Co.Lab to work with a cross-functional team and build an MVP prototype. Thanks a lot for your time, and thank you, Co.Lab, for this amazing experience.
I'm on mute. Another really great presentation. I will spotlight Ignatius, and if any mentors have a question, I'll spotlight you as well.
Hi, Ignatius. This is Karian, and again, nice to meet you. Very good idea, and something that I think is quite relevant in the market that we have currently. Couple of questions. What have you put any thought about how you would accomplish this type of service? What types of different AI models you would use?
Thank you, Kerry. I had not really thought much about the modules. I thought it's maybe something that I can be thinking of as I get into the 8-week sprint. But as to how the application would work, I thought maybe it could be a Chrome extension that can easily scan job postings and then give recommendations by also matching or looking at the participant's CV.
Good idea. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Chet, I don't know if you have any questions that you'd like to ask. That's all from me.
Sure. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, great work, Ignatius. I think great idea, as Gary said. My question is around, in your research, did you find any similar solutions that exist out there that may or may not solve the exact problem that you guys are trying to solve?
Yes, there are actually a lot of applications that do AI resume building. But when I was looking at them, none of them so far, at the ones that I looked at, provided a service whereby they can actually scan the actual job posting and give you recommendations. Most of them, they help you go through the resume building process, maybe mainly by prompting and providing templates. So I thought that kind of it's error prone as it is dependent on the participant putting in the relevant information. That's why I thought of this.
And did you guys play with any of the AI resume building products, and is accuracy there? Like, were you happy with what they were producing as your resume once they take your information in?
The one that I worked on, I thought, as I said, there was a lot of work on my side trying to give it the correct information. And I thought their selling point really was mainly on the templates.
Right.
I thought I can always build one for myself.
Right. And then I'm sure that there will be a lot of work required even after the template is produced, because they're usually not there yet. Like, and like,
Yes.
as a candidate, you would want to highlight a lot of things that AI tool might miss. So yeah, that's what I figured. But yeah, that's good. That's all my questions. Thanks, Ignatius. Great work.
Thank you, Chet.
Great. Thank you so much. I will remove your spotlights. Pulkit, I see that you have a question as well, but if you don't mind asking it in the chat, we're a little bit behind on time. So
Yeah.
I definitely welcome any questions in the chat so that people can keep answering. If anyone has any questions for earlier presenters, please do add them to the chat so you guys can keep the conversation going, but I'll move on to the next presentation. And thank you, Pulkit, for joining. Pulkit was a mentor. I can't even remember which cohort, but a couple
15,
cohorts ago,
15.
15. Okay, perfect. So a few cohorts ago, but awesome. All right, and really quickly, just a reminder to everybody who maybe has just joined the call as well, we're moving on to our COLAB19 presentations. So these are the full team, cross-functional team presentations, where you'll actually see work from a PM, a designer, and developers as well who have worked on a full product, the execution portion of it as well. So these presentations are slightly longer just to give you a little bit more insight into that as well.
In today's world, we encounter countless challenges when it comes to finding suitable dining options. Food allergies, dietary restrictions, and cultural or religious food practices have become significant barriers for many people. That's where Safe Eats steps in. Safe Eats, designed to transform the dining experience for individuals with unique dietary needs and preferences, empowering stress-free, safe dining experiences in a mobile app. So who are we? Meet us, the team. My name is Brittany, the product manager. I am accompanied by Michelle, our front-end developer, Nuru, who is our back-end developer, and OJ, who is our designer. So what exactly is Safe Eats? Well, have you ever faced challenges while dining out due to food allergies, dietary restrictions, or cultural or religious food preferences? Well, you're not alone. Many individuals struggle to find suitable dining options that cater to their specific needs. This led us to develop Safe Eats, a mobile application that simplifies the research process and enhances the dining experience for people with food restrictions. Safe Eats is a state-of-the-art mobile application that simplifies the process of finding suitable dining options by leveraging cutting-edge technologies such as machine learning and artificial intelligence. We have created a comprehensive platform that offers personalized recommendations and accurate information about allergens, dietary restrictions, and cultural or religious considerations. So why would we want to make Safe Eats? Well, there's a significant market demand. Over 12 million Americans face challenges in finding safe and suitable dining options due to food allergies or restrictions, with restaurants being a common place for food reactions. This market segment is actively seeking solutions. There's also a diverse dietary restriction environment. Apart from allergies, there's a notable percentage of Americans, 9% of adults, who follow strict vegetarian or vegan diets. This highlights the need to cater to diverse dietary preferences and cultural or religious practices. There's also a growing Muslim population, with approximately 1.1% of Americans identifying as Muslim, which accounts to 3.45 million individuals. Addressing their religious-related food restrictions becomes essential. This presents an opportunity to provide tailored solutions for this expanding market segment. What exactly is so great? Well, we understand the pain points faced by individuals with food restrictions, the frustration of not being able to find suitable options or risking exposure to allergens. Safe Eats is here to address these challenges head-on. So, meet Sam. He has multiple food allergies. Also has some severe reactions to some of those allergies. Often he feels left out when he's invited to go out to eat with others, as he often leaves without eating due to his risk, and he's not sure what he can eat. He also has to constantly research everything and ask more questions when he arrives at the restaurant. He often has to go on Google and find what he's wanting. However, he says, I wish there was an easier way instead of wasting time trying to find a place to eat on Google. Hi Sam, we're here to help you, okay? So Sam decides to input what he's looking for into Google one day. He inputs his dairy-free request into Google for options near him. However, the search that he's looking for didn't come back with what he's wanting. So not only did he waste his time, but also he's having to do more research. So that doesn't sound quite right. How can we do better? Meet Hakeem. He has restrictions related to culture and religion. He tries to eat halal when he's able to, but due to the lack of options that he is aware of in his area, this becomes harder for him to remain able to eat based on his cultural restrictions. He often says, I tried to find a nearest halal place in Google, but I was left with only grocery stores. That's not what I wanted. Hi, Hakeem. We're here to help you. So, how exactly does Safe Eats accommodate for those needs? Well, we simplify the process of researching restaurants and menus, saving users time and effort by providing comprehensive and reliable information on dietary accommodations or restrictions for specific needs. Safe Eats enables spontaneous dining experiences by offering in-the-moment information, allowing users to confidently make informed decisions without the need for advanced research. Safe Eats ensures users have a range of choices that suit their dietary preferences or restrictions, providing detailed information on restaurant menus and available options, eliminating the frustration and the uncertainty. As you can see, based on this, you can see everything that would accommodate your needs and accommodate your individual preferences. Yes, that is a win. So, how does this exactly fix the problem? Well, Safe Eats offers a range of key features to enhance the dining experience. With an extensive restaurant database, smart filtering options, and location-based research, users can find the perfect dining spot effortlessly. Our platform maintains an extensive database of restaurants, encompassing detailed information about their menu and their ingredients. Safe Eats employs advanced filtering algorithms that allow users to customize their research based on specific dietary needs, allergens, or cultural or religious preferences. This ensures a tailored dining experience for each user. We also have a location-based search. With our intuitive location-based search feature, users can easily discover nearby restaurants that meet their unique requirements, saving them time and effort. So, what exactly did we learn through this process? OJ, our designer, said she learned about the iterative design process, cross-functional teamwork, and the accessibility considerations when she's designing. Nuru says that it helped him with the end-to-end software delivery expertise, collaboration across the diversity, also the guided mentorship and optimal team dynamics that he's encountered. Michelle indicated that it was good for collaborating with tech teams, expanding her technical skills, and also being able to multitask proficiently. And then for me, I had the opportunity to have growth opportunity within my career, agile mindset, and also leadership and communication skills. Thanks, everybody. Together, let's make dining out safe, enjoyable, and inclusive for everyone with Safe Eats.
Awesome. Really great job, team. I remember Brittany's Sprint product portfolio as well, and thinking this was such an amazing problem space to work within. So I'm going to spotlight the team if I can. And if any mentors have any questions, I'll ask that we limit it to one just because we are behind. So we want to kind of catch up on a little bit of time. And any other mentor questions, anybody else's questions, please put them in the chat as well. Yeah. I'll keep trying to spotlight everybody on the team. Actually, I think I'm just going to spotlight the PM. It's going to take me too long to search for everybody this time around, but any mentors, go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Right. First of all, congratulations, guys. Amazing work done. I love how you had the whole storytelling. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My question to you guys is, if you were to actually go ahead and build this in the market, what would be some of the biggest challenges that you foresee?
So some of the biggest challenges right now, which is something that is actually kind of our beta test mode while I continue to really think through the business model on the back end for the go-to-market strategy, is definitely going to be the monetization aspect. So when I'm thinking through of how can we potentially monetize this, I'm thinking from a marketing perspective of, well, I could generate leads, potentially take the data that we have on our back end and present this to smaller restaurants or even, Uber Eats or DoorDash and showcase, hey, this lead that we're generating is, coming from our platform. So, asking them essentially, hey, we're generating this X amount of leads to their platform, placing these restaurants and these orders. So we are looking for compensation potentially with the data that's being submitted. So I do think that from a go-to-market strategy, there is a lot of challenges that are being presented there is coming into the beta testing mode that we are going into as a team.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for that answer.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you again so much. I will unspotlight everybody. And if there are any other questions for mentors or any participants, please do add them in the chat so that they can answer them as well for you. Let me switch back to sharing my screen and we'll move along to our next team, which is Team Plan Away.
Plan Away, travel planning made easy. Hi everyone, we're COLAB19 Team 10. I'm Cindy, the product manager.
I'm Sam, product designer.
And I'm Dozier, the software developer.
I'm Emmanuel, the software developer.
Yep. And our pod mentor is Vendita. So the tourism industry in the US alone has a $1.2 trillion market size and is expected to increase. It's no wonder since the average American spends 200 hours a year daydreaming about vacations. However, once taking a vacation has been decided on, an average of 20 to 30 hours are spent planning the trip, with over 25% of people saying that they consider holiday planning to be one of life's biggest stressors. In our own research, over 75% of users place a high importance on a well-optimized vacation itinerary, but less than 25% have the time and energy to create that itinerary. So how might we create an optimized itinerary for travelers so that they can plan their key activities stress-free? So this is Leah. Leah is a leisure traveler who likes to take time off to travel with friends and family. She has specific activities in mind and has ideas of what she wants to do, but as someone who doesn't love to research and plan in detail, she often arrives at her destination with a list of activities and no idea where to start. Her goal is to have an easy way to create an optimized itinerary so she's not disappointed from missing out.
From the user's perspective, our job was to address the following needs. The solution must be functional in saving the user time. The solution must reduce stress when planning. And we wanted to make sure that our users enjoy their vacation by making memories instead of worrying about planning. To address these problems, we created Plan Away, a product that allows users to add activities by a search function or choosing from a suggested list, organizing their daily agenda based on their location of the activities. It was also important for us to make sure the website was responsive and allow users to access it on any device.
We have created a responsive web application that solves our users' need. Here, the user enters the location where he will be staying and the duration of the stay and clicks the Add button. Now, the Add button takes him to the page where the user either creates activity or selects from the suggestions provided to the user. So the user kind of pick activities from different areas and add to all the activities that they want to perform. And clicking on the suggestion simply adds this activity to all the general activity the user has planned to do. So, and clicking the optimize button takes the user to a page where the user can visualize these activities. And these activities have been grouped in days and also arranged according to their distances. And user can simply drag and drop item from one day to another to suit their preference. Or the user can also create an activity to add to that. And the user can also save these activities by clicking Save My Itinerary button. And this activity will be available to the user anytime the user logs in to the application.
Now, for further iteration, some things we're going to be considering are one, further customization, involving us adding more slots each day, like morning, afternoon, evening, or maybe night. Another feature we're going to be adding to the application is to enable users track the peak hours, like the time users spent in activity during the day or the time taken to complete a particular activity. And that's what we're going to be doing, is to share this application with others to be able to use that same itinerary to plan their trip. And the last one here is the revenue stream, with booking hotels, direct ticket booking link, and sponsored activities.
I learned to prioritize features based on user needs while balancing technical capabilities, all while working in an agile environment.
As a designer, I learned more about working in an agile environment with my team. And also I learned a lot more about the development side, the limitations and capabilities.
I learned delivering an MVP in an agile environment, having clear communication, integrating APIs and responsive application styling, aligning it with a Figma design provided by the designer.
For me, I learned about like consistent communication and design planning, design flow from lo-fi to the hi-fi. I also learned about sizing of projects into small, medium, and large based on the requirements.
Thank you.
Awesome. Another really, really great problem space, amazing presentation. I will stop sharing my screen and spotlight our PM, Cindy. And if any mentors have a question, we'll take a question as well.
Sure, I can go ahead. My question is just, what was the biggest challenge with the project?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for us, so I have to really give my team a shout out. Everyone was amazing, and we communicated and worked together really well. I think the biggest challenge would be just balancing our design with the technical capabilities and sort of making allowances here and there that, you know, it may not be exactly what was designed, but it still got the user to where they needed to go, and it still allowed the user to understand the flow and allow them to reach their end goal. So I think that would be our biggest challenge.
Awesome. That's probably my biggest challenge at work too. So real life experience. You guys did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Melanie. And thank you, Cindy. Definitely agree. Yeah, amazing product. Really, really useful for folks. I'm all about efficiency, especially when traveling, so that I can maximize my time. So that is really, really cool to see. And we'll move on to our last presentation. Again, if anybody has any questions for any of the teams, any of the presenters, please do put them in the chat. I can see a lot of folks are sharing their LinkedIn URLs, which is amazing too. And remember that you can check out all of these project portfolios on our website, as well as all the product portfolios from everybody from SPRINT19 and SPRINT21 and COLAB19. As soon as we can get those up on the website between now and of course next week, we'll have all of those up there as well too. So while we can only select a few, everybody has done amazing hard work. So please do check out all of those. And I'm sure you'll see a lot of really inspiring product ideas and problem spaces and presentations as well.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jobline, keeping candidates in the loop every step of the way. I'm Anna. I am the product manager for Jobline, and we are here with Lucy, our product designer, Bavisha, our backend developer, and Naveen, our front-end developer. We saw that currently the recruitment market, it works around 200 billion globally, and US recruitment market is projected to reach 216 billion this year. In terms of software tools in the recruitment markets, we saw that it's worth around $2.5 billion and is set to reach the $3.5 billion by 2030. Within this space, we saw that there were a couple of issues. So we identified that recruiters have a key challenge of streamlining the process while they make sure that every candidate is having a positive experience. And we also identified that manual real-time updates are time-consuming for them. So this may lead to communication gaps and also candidate disappointment. We run some surveys with our recruiters and also job seekers. 71% of recruiters found that the most challenging aspect of the whole recruitment process, it was managing candidates' expectations. Also, 86% stated that poor communication or slow hiring leads to a loss of top candidates. And in the other hand, 50% of job seekers are still waiting for a response even after 1 to 2 months due to the slow hiring process. And 85% stated that a clear, timely, and informative communication is definitely crucial for their application process. We did have the opportunity to interview our users, and we found that job seekers are currently struggling to be motivated during the job hunting after getting ghosted by some companies and some recruiters. But they did agree that they would love to get at least some minimal feedback from the recruiters. After all of this, we identified the problem that we wanted to solve. And we end up with our problem statement. How might we help recruiters update candidates in real time about the recruitment process and also set some expectations so that they can provide a fair and a consistent candidate experience? We landed on our solution, created Jobline. Imagine that you're a recruiter and you want to create a timeline or some timelines for the job post that you're hiring for. You just need to log into your account in Jobline and hit the Create Timeline button. You will get a pop-up where you are going to enter the job title, company, number of phases, and even you can add the link to the job post. You can start adding now the information about each phase. You can add title, description, and even some times between phases so that candidates know how long it's going to take you more or less to get back to them. You can share your timeline. You just need to copy the link and paste it on job post or share it through email. If you want to invite candidates into your timeline, you just need to start adding the emails of your candidates so that you can send invite. In the Manage Candidates page, you are going to be able to select those names and move them to the next phase. In case that you want to invite a specific candidate to a phase, you can send the invite for that phase. Candidates will be able to see as well how many people are with them in the phase. In case that they want to withdraw from the timeline or from the process, they can hit here the withdraw from timeline button. The recruiter will be notified and the timeline will disappear from the candidate side.
So we then conducted some usability testing with our hi-fi prototypes in order to validate our initial assumptions as well as get ideas for potential future features for Jobline. The main feedback we received was that recruiters wanted to reduce as much time as possible they spent in this process. So we added a feature that allows recruiters to quick add keywords when providing feedback to unselected candidates to make this experience simpler and easy to get through. We also added an option for recruiters to get their timelines pre-populated with an AI generator to reduce their time in creating their timeline.
So what we learned during these 8 weeks, as a product manager, I learned that communication is key when working as part of my team. I learned how to keep my messages clear and concise every time that I need to communicate with my team. This was something that really helped to keep an open conversation and definitely set some understandings with them every time. Also, I wanted to celebrate my team's effort. This was needed for everybody to be motivated with what we were doing. Finally, I learned how to prioritize and negotiate as well. So by doing some trade-offs with my dev team, I was able to prioritize accordingly. And also with my designer, I was able to communicate our design decisions. Everything was backed by data. So these things were vital for us to deliver our MVP within the Agile framework.
As a product designer, I gained experience working in a full team with developers and a product manager, where I learned how to best communicate in such an environment. Also, I learned how to better prioritize design goals based on product scoping and user stories, as well as how to quickly iterate and pivot after receiving critical user feedback or realizing implementation constraints.
As a software developer, actively listening to others' perspective and suggestion have been invaluable in enhancing my problem-solving and communication skills. And I also have acquired the skills to effectively collaborate with a team. As a software developer, I was able to network and collaborate with peers, including a product manager, product designer, and a developer. I was able to get know about the web development platforms and the best practices, including the responsiveness. And we do face some technical blockers along the way, and we were able to resolve it and address it. We adjust our sprint planning by prioritizing the necessary features to accommodate the time frame.
Join us in empowering recruiters and ensuring a better recruitment journey with Jobline. Thank you.
Awesome. Again, really, really incredible choice of problem space and product idea. Great job, team. Always love hearing those shout outs to team members and, how you navigate those challenges in a cross-functional team, because that real world experience is truly so invaluable, and learning how to navigate that and work together at the end as well. So wonderful. I will spotlight Anna and any mentor that does have a question, and everybody else, please do put them in the chat. I know we're just about to wrap up soon.
Can I ask a quick question? Yeah.
Well done. Oh, go ahead.
No worries. Go ahead.
Joan, you go first.
Yeah, okay. So first, congratulations. It was a great presentation and very interesting problem to solve, because I didn't know all those market research, the insights that you shared. So I know that it is painful from a job seeker perspective, but I didn't know it was as painful from a recruiter perspective. My question is, at this stage, it seems like a great MVP, but how are you planning to overcome the challenge? Because at the moment, it feels like a bit of friction if the recruiter has to post the job on a different platform, like LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, whatever. and they actually have to track the timeline in your platform. So are you planning to integrate with job boards, or what are you going to provide job advertisements in this platform? How are you going to address that challenge?
Yeah, those are the great questions. Thank you so much, everybody, also for the messages. And yeah, we understood like that was one of the frictions while we were interviewing with recruiters. So they are actually have their own like workflow, right? They have ATS systems, so applicants tracking system, and they also like use job boards. But we identified that there was an opportunity for us to be an integration. So one of our plans that is in our product backlog is creating the Jobline API so that we can be like the integration within their actual system, as our idea is making like easier their work, like really solving an issue that is that they don't have enough time to update candidates, and we don't want to kind of increase that like workload for them to like create a timeline and then share it. But yeah, as of in the future, we would like to be that integration within the system that they already have.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that.
Carrie, you can go ahead. We've got a few minutes left, so if you have your question, you can go ahead, and then we'll wrap up for everybody.
All right, thank you. My question was, what made your team successful? You guys achieved a good milestone on time. What was the most important factor that made your team successful? And very, very relevant problem space. So good work on that as well.
Thank you. Yeah, so what made my team successful? I think that since the beginning, we set up some I wouldn't say like rules, but we wanted to set up some expectations on how do we see our teamwork, and what was our end goal, that it was having an MVP for us to show at Co.Lab and also to showcase in our portfolio. So I would say communication for us, it was perfect. I tried to sometimes over communicate to my team everything that we were going to work on. Basically, I just wanted to make sure that everybody was in sync, that they feel comfortable with what we were working on, and also try to always have like a space for them to share their thoughts, and also like these great ideas that we like put into Jobline. So definitely teamwork, it was something that helped us to be successful as a team, and also prioritize things that we wanted to have in Jobline, taking into account also technical constraints and like business metrics and or business goals. Awesome. That is so great to hear. I'll unspot both of you so that way I can continue moving on. But I love to hear that the recognizing your goals right from the outset is super important, and continuing to realign on that and having that open communication space. Wonderful to hear. Really, really great job, team, and all of our teams as well. But yeah, so I've got a couple of minutes here, so I'm going to say a quick thank you, first of all, to everyone for attending, carving out time in your day to spend with us here to celebrate all of the hard work from SPRINT21 and COLAB19. Everybody has put in a ton of work over the last 4 or 8 weeks, depending on their program, and it is hard work. But you can see the learnings, the incredible journey and transition that people went through throughout the programs, and what they were able to create and learn as well. So Demo Day is always one of my favorites, really seeing, again, the hard work, the creativity of our teams. It's always so inspiring. So congratulations to every single one of you, everyone who has completed both of our programs. We really look forward to, seeing your eventual posts regarding any job promotions, job acceptances as well, and any major or minor wins that you have. Be sure to, continue to stay in our community and let us know as well too. And I hope that we'll see some of the Sprint folks in a future boot camp as well. Always exciting seeing a product go from the ideation phase into the execution phase with a full team, and seeing it truly come to life as well. So just a last really quick congratulations. Thank you. Give yourselves a huge pat on the back, a clap for all your hard work. And now you can go relax, and hopefully some of you are going to continue on again in the boot camp, or for some of our boot camp teams, if you continue working with your teams to iterate on future versions as well. But really, really awesome. Thank you again. And we'll wrap up. We're almost at time. We're at time now. So have a wonderful rest of your day and a really amazing weekend. And I hope to see all of you again soon. All right, take care. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you.